And we're back. This is Mike Cernovich. Danger and Play, Gorilla Mindset, and I just did chest, so I'm trying not to rip out of my shirt. I'm not even that big actually, so maybe the shirt's shrinking. All right, today the question is, what is going to be the next gold rush? The next place where people are going to make money? I'll tell you where. I talked about it in Gorilla Mindset. Now, I don't know if this will be the only place people will be making money, but it's where people are going to make money. Now, I'm not going to say apps. Do an app. Apps are big right now. I think everybody should do an app. I might do an app. But that's not where you want to skate to where the puck is going, right? Remember the post I did on money and then the conversation we've had in Gorilla Mindset? The Gorilla Money Mindset. Wayne Gretzky. Why are you so great? I don't skate to where the puck has been. I skate to where it's going. You got to have a vision. Where is the puck going? Fuck, guys. I'm living proof it's going towards men. Pro men shit. Pro men is where new money is going. So traditionally speaking, women controlled 85% of household spending. We've always got this wage gap myth. Oh, women are economically oppressed. They don't have any money. How many men do you know? Rich motherfuckers. And you're like, hey, dude, you want to do this? Oh, well, I got to check the wife. No, well, see what the wife says. They give the woman the paycheck and she does everything, controls everything. So if you want to make money, you got to market to women. And this is still the case. We're talking future, 5, 10, we're talking vision, right? How you want to get on the ground floor now. And this is not a multi-level marketing product. Nothing is for sale. Other than Gorilla Mindset, which you all should have bought and read, because this would all make more sense. All right, so you want to make the real money, even now still. Wrinkle creams for women. Women are still where it's at. But there's a growing demographic, and I don't want to sell wrinkle creams and cellulite creams to women. Maybe someday. My plan B has always been, if this Gorilla Mindset shit didn't work out, just use all the skills you have on internet marketing and do the real fucking sleazy shit, Fortunately, I don't have to. I don't have to. Neither do you. But if you want to, there's real money in that. There's real money in selling diet pills and ab coasters and things that don't work. Hey, if people want to pay for it, sell it. I just don't do it because that doesn't really align with my life purpose or my passions. And I'm one of those people who, unless you pay me a lot of money, and I'm talking, millions of dollars. Like my consulting rate is $1,000 an hour. People go, well, that's outrageous. Yeah, because if I do consults, I have to rearrange my time around other people. Right now, I don't have to rearrange my time on anything. The only thing I have to do every day now, and I only have to do this for like 10 or 12 more days, are these YouTube videos. But I can do them, anytime within a 24-hour window. The only rule is I have to do one a day. So anytime anybody wants me to do something I don't want to do, you gotta make it interesting for me. And selling wrinkle creams and cellulite shit or anything to women, it just doesn't do it for me. I like men. I'm team man. What can I say? No homo. But if you are homo, I don't care either. So I've proven it. And that's why I do all this shit, guys. So a lot of what I do about throwing out numbers, here's my traffic, here's how many books I've sold, here's what I do on Twitter, it isn't bragging because I don't care. Like there's no ego fill for me, right? The whole ego shit is just gone. I used to have it, I don't have it. It's all about, a couple things. One is people like winners. People like social proof. So if people know that you bought a lot of books, they want to buy your book now because they want to be part of the winning team. Great. Join the winning team. Buy Gorilla Mindsets. It's also social proof. If a lot of people buy your books, a lot of people leave reviews, people are like, oh, must be good. I'm going to buy it. But the bigger picture, the real big picture, is we're creating micro economies and micro communities of men. And it's looking at the way it's fragmenting. I used to just think it was right-wing men, but I've found that there's actually a lot of you are liberals, So there's even men who aren't full SJW. They're just maybe liberal on some of these issues like Obamacare, which I'm not really in favor of, but it doesn't matter. They're liberal on some issues, but they have a lot more with us too. A lot of black guys too. That's why I don't really get into the whole racist shit. And when I talk about politics. I try not to say liberal. It's more like the radical left, the social justice warriors. We have a lot of liberal sort of fellow travelers, Most of us, we are right-wing. Most of us are more sort of libertarian or conservative. But there's enough guys on the left who we can talk to. We can get along. We're not killing each other. So that's why I try to be, as much hell as I raise, I usually try to just not say liberal, conservative. And in fact, if you followed me lately, I'm more telling the people that I think are pussy-ass conservatives, the cuck-servatives, what I feel about them. I don't like them. So why are we doing this? Why am I doing this? Does it make any sense? Sure it does. I'm showing you guys, because you don't need to go where I am. I'm always going to be way farther than you should go. I'm always going to be all the way at the edge, and sometimes I'm at the line, and sometimes I cross lines. You don't have to go that far. But I do it to show you, look, I started Twitter with, 20 followers, people who knew me from my old law blog, right? I've never been on TV, never been on the radio, never had that big break, people see me on TV, then they all go follow my Twitter. It's just all ground up, starting from nothing, building it up, right? And I have built a nice, tidy little audience. Again, not like I'm getting help from people. Well, my friends, but you know what I mean. Most people who have a Twitter following, they've been on TV, but people don't really care that much. It's like, oh, I see the guy on TV, always on Twitter, I'll follow him. But the engagement rate is really low. So with me, my following is, say, 20,000. Now that's actually, if you've never been on TV or, had a column in the New York Times, that's a fucking lot. That's a big following. But, one of the guys who always tries to be with me, he's got, 200,000 followers. He's been on Colbert, Jon Stewart, all the shows, been in all the New York Times and everything, right? But then, I sell more books than he does because his people, they don't really care, right? They just don't give a fuck. There's no engagement. So they're kind of like, well, I'll follow you because I see your stuff on Twitter, but I don't really give a fuck. I don't really like you. But men are such a fucking neglected market that if you self-help for men, people would say you can't do it. You can't do self-help for men. Can't. That's why I call it how-to, because men don't like self-help. Self-help is kind of a loaded term, so I call it a how-to because men like how-to, right? How do I build a house? How do I do this? That's what men want to know. How-to. So I don't say Gorilla Mindset is a self-help book. It's a how-to book on life. How to control your thoughts and emotions to live life on your own terms. And most of my market is men. I have enough women. Cool. But if I didn't have any women, I would still be able to do my thing, So that is the next big thing. How can you help men? It can be in any number of ways. My buddy Chris from Good Looking Loser helps men with, sexual issues, He has a whole business on male enhancement, which I didn't even know there was such a business until I heard about him. It's like, male enhancement, what is it? I always thought it was a scam, but it's actually not. There are things that really work. And I even bought one of those things, on a site, because I was like, before I really want to get deep with somebody, I want to see if there's some bullshit. So I bought this thing, and I can't use it. Shauna was like, no, it really did work. So, it worked incredibly. So that's just helping men, right? Helping men with issues they have. And that maybe men don't want to talk about. Men don't want to say, well, I feel like, I don't have a big enough dick, or I'm not good enough in bed, or I'm afraid to talk to girls. Men don't want to talk about it. And I don't want to talk about it. Don't ask me questions about it. Don't ask me the thing I bought. Chris, Good Looking Loser, does all that. I don't have an affiliate with them. I don't even want to talk about it, right? But the point is, men need to talk about it, right? You need a man out there who is serving that market and helping men in that aspect of their lives. And if you do that, Chris does very, very well. Same with the Kratom stuff, right? Most of his market is men. And then with men have their girlfriends do it too, right? But anxiety issues men have, so he's serving that male market. So you need to think of ways to meet the male market. Traditionally, the male market has been, truck stuff and vitamins, right? Testosterone boosters and other things. What are areas men need help in? I don't know. Think about it. Think about what issues you have. The way to start a business about helping other people is to begin with yourself. What are the 3 biggest issues you have in your life? And then you write them out. Here are my 3 biggest issues. It's usually with most people, what is it? Money, health and fitness, relationships. Generally speaking, those are the 3 big ones. If you can help people make more money or save more money, and if you can help, and I'm saying people, but men, what are the real issues men have with money? So the issues most men have with money is that if you're not in a relationship with a woman, we don't really need that much. It really, how much do you need to make a year to live a nice life if you don't have a woman saying, we need to have nice meals, and my friend has this, and when I need a ring, and I need a big house like everyone else, and if you don't have a woman in your life who is like that, then how much money do you need? So then with men helping them, and that's how I kind of help them with money, I just sort of, the gorilla mindset shift is you never buy status. If you want a Rolex because you think it's an amazing timepiece, buy one. No hate. But if you buy it because unconsciously really you want to signal to people that you're the kind of man who can afford a Rolex, well, I just saved you 10 grand, right? That doesn't get you anything. So I try to make men more, and I don't even do it that much. I could have a whole site on it, the gorilla money mindset. How to be more mindful on your money. I mean, look at clothes, right? I do a different video every day. My hair is probably different in all of them. But I thought, I should probably wear a different shirt in every video. And I gave up on the idea because I don't have 30 shirts. I think I have 10 shirts, and I think I wear 5. Because it isn't important to look different all the time. It's important to look good every time, right? You don't have to look different every day. You have to look good every day. So these are things you could build a whole enterprise around, just helping men be more mindful of money and helping them think about ways that they're wasting money. That's an easy way to serve men, right? There's that whole, scammy pickup artist shit on how to meet women, but there are other ways. There are other ways to do it. Health and fitness, it's a huge market. How do you do it? I don't know. People are doing it. You got to figure out how to do it. But I think you're going to find out more, child custody issues, how to raise children will be big. How to raise children. How do you raise boys in a feminized society? How do you keep boys from being medicated by teachers? How do you protect your sons from a false rape accusation? Right? Could you build a business around that? Sure you could. You could build a business around anything helping men. So start to think, because that's the next big thing. How can you help men? And the way to start from that is, what are the issues you have? Okay, find those issues. Find out how you solve them. And then attach a product or service to it. That's all it is, right? It could be anything. I want to know how to control my thoughts and emotions. So I wrote a book, Gorilla Mindset, how to control your thoughts and emotions, right? Could be how to, be better in bed. So I, wrote a book on how to be better in bed. Or, I sold a lot of Liberator sex pillows, right? Because as men, we want to have better sex. We want to enjoy sex more. Okay, here's a way to enjoy sex more. Get the sex pillow, right? There are all these different ways that you can help men improve their lives and that you can market them. And male vanity is on the rise. Nugena ship products, all that, marketing stuff that they do in the big corporations because women market it. They're all ship products. I know from my Amazon affiliate stuff how much stuff I sell from my Skincare for Men series, right? Okay, well, why don't you just make more? You could launch a whole line of skincare products that are more masculine. Masculine labeling, right? Teach men, there's nothing wrong with not wanting to be ugly. There's nothing cool about having premature wrinkling, right? And there are ways to do it, and then you just wrap it up, and then you don't have to go the full Axe body spray retard shit, right? Your market could just be more intelligent. Think of ways to do that. So if I wanted to make money off male skincare, I could start a whole line of male skincare products, vitamin C serums, right? Vitamin E serum. Juicing. A lot of people who buy my juicing books, they all say, my skin is better, my skin is improving. I could push that more. I could do more with juicing. That's a big business that I'm not monetizing nearly as much as I should have because it's kind of an autopilot. I make, a few grand a month doing essentially nothing. So it's kind of hard to say, oh, well, I'm going to work harder to make more money when I can just do nothing. But there's all these angles, right? All these different things you can do. And that's the next big thing. Are there other big things? Sure. There's a lot of different things, right? But that is sort of the next big thing. And then in terms of if you want to do commentary, you want to think more about micro niches. You don't need 50 million men reading your stuff, right? If you have 50,000 men who are on your site every day, you're set, man. You're fucking good to go, right? So that's why I wrote that post yesterday about, I don't know what a post title was. I write so much now I can't even remember what I wrote. But the point is, if 1% of 1% of the men in the world found your stuff, you couldn't even control it. You would have to hire people just to check your email. You wouldn't even know what to do, right? I don't even have 1% of 1% of the world's men, and I'm like, fuck, dude, I don't know what I'm going to do. Can't even keep track of things. So that is the next big thing. Find ways to help men improve their lives. If you do that, you will make a living on the internet. You will make a nice living. Trust me, there are a lot of men making nice livings on the internet by focusing their marketing and helping men. That's the answer. So, question for you is, what is the biggest issue you have as a man? And then if you want to go deeper, how can you solve that issue for other men? Post your comment below. Who knows? Maybe the next big idea will be right here in the comments. Talk to you tomorrow. This is Mike Cernovich, Danger of Playing Gorilla Mindset.